Okay, so this video we're looking at enlargements, but this time we're looking at enlargements with a negative scale factor, which you'll see what that means in a second. But just to really quickly recap, first of all, what is just a standard enlargement? So we've seen this previously a couple of videos ago, but we'll quickly go through it again, and then we'll get on to the negative scale factor part. So if we had this question here, which says enlarge, so that's the keyword there, enlarge shape A by a scale factor of 2 from the center enlargement 1, 4. Again, to recap, the way that we do this is first of all, you plot your center of enlargement, 1, 4, which goes there. You then choose a vertice, okay, and you count towards it. So they've gone for this one here, which is 3 squares across. Because your scale factor is 2, that means you're timesing everything by 2. So you go back to the center of enlargement, and you now go not 3 across, but you go 6 across because you've doubled it. And similarly, you choose another vertice. They've gone for this time the bottom right corner. And because your scale factor is 2, you're timesing it by 2, so that link's going to double to 10. There we go, across there. And then last but not least, we've got the final vertice, which is kind of like a up and across one. So up by 2, across by 5. So we're going to be going this time up by 4 and across by 10. And there we go. Right, there is your final point. And then you join it all together to get your enlarged shape. Because literally, right, we can see the sides of that shape, they've got bigger by times 2. So they've gone bigger by 1, 2. This is now 1, 2, 3, 4, which is good. Not 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. So everything's doubled in size. And to check you've got the right kind of place of enlargement, you draw lines going through the corresponding corners. So like this point here and this point here, 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 and you join lines going through them, and they all match up to the center of enlargement, which is there. Okay, but today we're looking at negative scale factors. So this one says, right, enlarge shape A by a scale factor of -2 from the center of enlargement 5, 8. So again, you begin by plotting that point 5, 8, which goes there. Is that correct? Yes, it is. Good. And similar start to last time, right? You choose a corner to go to. So they've gone for this one here, which is 1 up and 1 across. Right, because your scale factor is -2, right, ignore the minus for the time being. You're still timesing every single side length by 2. You are doubling your side length, but the negative, right, the negative means that you need to go in the opposite. So I sort of say negative, kind of quote marks there. Negative means you're going in the opposite direction. Okay, so now, right, we're timesing everything by 2, but we're going in the opposite direction. So we're not going up by 1 to left by 1. We're now going to go down by 2 from the center of enlargement. So not up by 1, down by 2, we're doubling it. And not to the left by 1, we're now going to the right by 2. So this point here is going to go to this point here, which they can go and draw in. There we go. Okay, so that's the first one done. They then go and choose another point to go to. So they've gone for this point over here. So it's 1 up and 3 to the left, where your scale factor is still timesing it by 2, but now you're going to be going down by 2 and across not by 3, but across to the right in the opposite direction by 6, which is over here. Okay, so we're just doubling it and then going in the opposite directions. And then finally, right, they want to go for this point up here, which is 3 up and 3 across. So now we need to be going down from this point here, your center of enlargement, down by 6 in the opposite direction, and across by right, because that's the opposite direction to left. Okay, so let's go and do that. Down by 6 from your center of enlargement, this point here, and then across not by 3, but by 6, and there we go. Okay, and then you join your points together, and we've got our new enlarged shape, shape B. And again, we've got these points here. Check one, the corresponding vertices should be in a straight line. So if we go and now draw a line going from this point to, it's going to be a bit more confusing, this one, to the point over here. And then corresponding points, a bit more confusing, but it's going to be this one, and then this one, this one, and this one, and draw lines going through those points. Right, they should all meet at the center of enlargement, which they do. Okay, so that's really a good way to check your answer. If you need to, you can always rewind and go through that again, but that's the first one done. We'll look at a second one now, which looks at, again, a negative scale factor, but this time, a half, right, minus a half. So this time, right, we're sort of timesing through by half, or you could think about it as dividing through by 2. So the side lengths are going to be getting half as small. And your center of enlargement, right, is at the point 7, 5. Let's begin. Okay, so plot your centre of enlargement, 7, 5, which is there. Choose a vertex to go to. So this first one, they are going 2 across to get this point here. We're now going half as small. We're dividing by 2, but because it's a negative scale factor, we've got to go in the opposite direction from the centre of enlargement. So I've got to go to the right, and half of 2 is 1, so to the right by 1, and there we go. That is my first point. Done. I then choose a second vertex, a second corner to go to. I'm going to the left by 6. My scale factor is dividing it through by 2. I've got to half that 6 to get 3, but go in the opposite direction from the centre of enlargement, so go 3 to the right, and there we go. Okay, last but not least, I want to go to this point up here, which is 6 up, 6 across, right to the left. So now I want to be going from the centre of enlargement down by 3, half scale factor. Okay, so down by 3, and then not across to left by 6, but across to the right by 3, and there we go. Okay, join those points up together, and then I can connect up my corresponding points with straight lines to check they go through the centre of enlargement. So what I mean by that is, like, this point here is the same point as this one down here, and then this one is the same as this one here, and this one is the same as this one here, and they all meet up through these lines here. Okay, so that is negative scale factor, and I believe that is the end of the grade 6 playlist. Okay, thank you for watching. Hopefully that was useful. Thank you.